Hey Aries, this read is for you guys. Let's jump in, let's get started. See what the universe has in store for you guys today. Alrighty, so universe, what messages do you have for Aries? You got some guidance, maybe some advice, some insight, some affirmations, or warnings. Just, I was going to say warnings, this card tried to jump out. So emotional withdrawal. Let's see what else she's got for you guys. Triumphant success. Balance. Hope. And spiritual union. So I definitely feel like we're talking about a relationship in this read. Maybe going through some issues, maybe dealing with some old baggage, and that's where the emotional withdrawal comes. Maybe it comes from a fear point of view. Let's keep pulling, we'll keep building on this read here. I got choose wisely, passion ignited, conflict and defeat, material harvest, and temptation. Okay, guys, I'm going to give you my impression of these cards. You may or may not like them. So the vibe that I'm getting from these cards is that someone is tempted to step outside the relationship here and have an affair. I feel like that's part of the emotional withdrawal. I feel like maybe there's some issues going on in the relationship that is causing somebody to pull away. Maybe there's some bickering going on, and I wonder if there isn't someone else on the side who's like a friend, you know, being a shoulder to cry on, and it's starting to become more than just a friendship. Some feelings are starting to develop there, is what I feel. And I feel like the choose wisely card is very much a warning to think twice before you act. So I have the King and Queen of Swords here in this line. And I feel like this is speaking to this long-term relationship that you're in. And what I see in them is honesty and being open and honest about where you guys are at. Because if somebody's thinking about stepping outside the relationship, that's extremely dishonest. And if you're that unhappy with where you're at, you're better off leaving than sneaking around. So I feel like the cards are saying to be open and honest about your feelings and about what's going on. So I have the Judgment card and I have the Justice card as well. And to me, they're representing the possible consequences of what a choice like that could make. And that it might end in a legal fashion. I also have the Ace of Pentacles, which speaks of new beginnings. I'm not 100% of where it fits in right now. I'm going to keep... Okay. No, I think I might have a sniff as to where this is going. I feel like somebody started, either you or your partner has started a new job, and it's taking a lot of time away and a lot of focus, but the entire point of this job, or even this business, I don't know if you're starting up a business, is something new financially, is to set a solid foundation for both of your futures. So somebody's planning for both of you while somebody else is looking in another direction. I'm going to show you what else I got here. I got the Devil card. And he tends to represent a person with a very manipulative and destructive energy. And I think it represents this third party. Whether they started out being ill-intentioned or not, sticking their nose into someone else's relationship is extremely destructive. I have the King of Cups here, and I feel like the King of Cups ties into this person as well. And their way of insinuating themselves into this situation has been as a friendship, building that emotional connection. That's kind of been their way in, that they're this shoulder to lean on when you're alone and your partner is working all the time. And I think that that's how they got their foot in the door. I feel like you and your partner have argued about this person before. So I got the Five of Wands on top of the Devil. And the Five of Wands tends to represent conflict. And that was the very first impression that I got from it. Is that your partner is aware of this person. And that there's been an argument already. And I got another card that speaks of finances. I got the Five of Pentacles, which can represent going through a rough time financially. And so I think that's where this Ace of Pentacles comes in this the new beginning in finance and building a better future and setting down proper foundation for a future to put you guys in a better spot. I have the High Priestess here. She usually speaks of things that are still hidden from us, things that are unknown, and not necessarily negative ones. But in this case, I feel like she speaks to this third party person and their intentions. Because I don't feel like this person has completely made their intentions clear yet. Like, I don't think they've made a move, but I think they're about to. Because I think the justification has been, well, we're just friends, we just hang out, nothing's happened. And I think that's how this is being justified, spending so much time alone with this person. But I think some clarity is about to come from that, and I think this person is going to make their intentions quite clear. Next to the High Priestess, I have the Tower card as well, which speaks of disappointing endings. I feel like it speaks to a choice that you're going to have to make. That one thing is going to have to come to an end. I don't think you're going to be able to keep your partner and this friend either. I think when this person makes their intentions known, you're going to have to make a choice here as to which way you're going to go with this. And one way or another, one of these sides is going to have to come to an end. I do have the Six of Swords, which tends to represent moving from stormy waters into calm ones. And I think it also ties in with this choice that you're going to have to make and finding clarity. I think it's going to help you to focus on the relationship that you really want to nurture. I have the Seven of Swords here. The Seven of Swords tends to represent being in a situation that you feel is unfair. or which something is taken from you, which you feel is unfair. What I see when I look at this card is sneaking around. And I feel like that's almost what you feel like you've been doing. Like there's a part of you that knows you shouldn't be doing this, but you use that justification of, well, nothing's happened, we're just friends, so it's okay. But it's still, I think it still feels like sneaking around. I think you know deep down inside that this is more than what you are pretending it is. I also have the Page of Cups. And I feel like it speaks to this person as well. That they're not someone who you would have a mature relationship with. It would be more of a fling. Because I don't think this person is someone who looks for serious committed relationships, because I feel like if they were, they would be looking for someone single. They wouldn't be looking to stick their nose into somebody else's committed relationship. I think that shows a level of immaturity. I have the Death card as well, and to me it speaks of a transition. Leaving one part of your life behind, starting a new chapter. I think it also speaks of this choice that you're going to have to make. I have the Eight of Pentacles. They tend to call him the Apprentice card, and a lot of times he speaks of academic learning. I don't think that's what he speaks to here. I think he speaks of you not just learning this person's true intentions, but I think he speaks to you learning your own. Learning what you actually want, because I feel like once this comes about, you're going to have a bit of an awakening yourself as to what's actually important in your life and what you really want, because I think there's going to be a realization as to what consequences would be, and then you're going to have to figure out whether that's something that you can lose, whether that's something that you're willing to lose to be able to have this affair and to start up with this person. I have the Sun card as well. It's usually a good omen card. It speaks of good things manifesting. I got it on top of the High Priestess. So to me in this read, it represents shining a light on your feelings and clarity of thought, and shedding light on things. That's what I see when I look at that card. I have the Emperor card here. To me, the Emperor card represents your partner, and that they're trying to do all the right things to set down a solid foundation. They're a hard worker. They're trying to do what they need to do to look after you guys, possibly a family. I don't think they're perfect by any means, and it might still cause problems that they're putting so much time into work. But they're doing it because they're trying to do the right thing. They're trying to do the stand-up thing. This person has integrity. I got the Page of Swords next to him. And I also get a vibe from that third party from this card as well. Of just being young and immature and also very dishonest. Trying to sneak around. And then I have the Queen of Wands here. And to me, she speaks of fiery emotions and anger and resentment. And I think this represents you and how you're feeling about this situation. And that you're not getting enough time. I have the Three of Cups, which represents happiness and celebration. And I have it sitting next to the Emperor. So not the Page of Swords, but the Emperor. have the Three of Pentacles. It represents hard work starting to pay off. To me, it speaks of this financial situation that's been taking up so much of your partner's time, and that you're going to start to see the payoff of that. I feel like it also ties into the Three of Cups, because with that starting to, that financial burden starting to ease, I think there's going to be more happiness in the home life. There's going to be more time to allocate to the relationship. I think it's going to ease that part of things. I have the Hierophant as well, and the Hierophant speaks of higher learning in this read, and I think this is speaking to you and doing some soul searching and what you're going to figure out when all of this comes to a head and this person makes their intentions known, this third party. I think you're going to find a new self-truth in this entire situation, and it's going to be a completely new outlook on life for you, and that's what the Eight of Cups speaks to me in this read, is you're about to gain a whole new outlook on life. So I pulled spiritual strength, light, intuition, and accelerated motion. So I think accelerated motion definitely speaks to this third party making their intentions known. I think it's going to happen quite quickly. I think you already know that. I think you already know what you need to do, and you already know what the answer is and what path you need to take. And to me, light speaks of the new lease on life you're going to get from all of this, and the new understanding of your situation, and possibly not taking things for granted. So at the end of the day, the decision's always yours, but definitely weigh your consequences before you make a choice in behavior, and I think that's what's going to determine the choice that you make. Alrighty guys, I hope you enjoyed that read. Please feel free to comment, because I love hearing from you guys. Alright, take care.